Welcome back to the Clutch Your Pearl Show with your host, Kalea Taylor, coming to you live from Accra, Ghana. In today's episode 5, we are talking about what the am I doing here? WTF? What am I doing here? You already know this show is all about clutching your pearls, and I bring you that entrepreneurship, that business, that real here in Ghana. And I say it in my own unique way. Okay, all right now. Doing business in Ghana can be an extraordinary experience. It can be exhilarating. It can be filled with a whole lot of opportunities and challenges, and it can be whatever you make it. But the reality of it is that doing business in Ghana is quite difficult. Understanding the cultural nuances that are prevalent throughout industries and sectors and just basically the business culture overall takes a whole lot of getting used to when you're from the West. And I'm sure this takes a lot of getting used to no matter where you are in the world outside of Africa, right? So those of us coming from places like the States or the UK or Europe, the majority of my audience, y'all will be in for a major culture shock. And you will sit there from time to time and be like, what the is really going on here? Like, seriously, why am I here? What am I doing? I don't think I know what I'm doing. And I think these questions are typical of any entrepreneur, no matter where you are in the world. You become psyched out. You become, you may have imposter syndrome. You may feel like you're not supposed to be there. You may feel like you don't know enough. When at the end of the day, you are the right person to do the job because you have the passion and the idea for it, and it's your business, right? Here in Ghana, though, you need to be able to decide when it's time to pivot. When and if. Sometimes it's not time to pivot at all. But sometimes it's time to pivot. You may be working on or trying to sell or have been selling a product that just isn't doing quite well. Now, of course, everything takes time, right, in order to gain traction for a sale. But if you're pushing a product and it's been over a year and you don't have any clients, then I'm pretty sure that's a red flag that shit ain't working out. Or you have very few clients and you can't turn over a profit. Sometimes you got to look back and see, what is your pricing? Are you pricing your products too low? Or do you have too many sales, too many discounts, too many BOGOs, buy one, get one free, or do you need to do these things in order to get more people to come to your business? I'm not a big fan of discounts, and I definitely am not a fan of BOGO, because at the end of the day, if you start doing that, they're going to see you like Walmart and they expect your prices to be low all the time. And that just depends on you. Like, what kind of business are you running, right? What kind of products are you selling? What kind of services are you offering? What is the value of them? So you really have to understand these things. And when you are working in a country like Ghana, you have to know who your market is. You have to really be focused on who is your market. And so when you know who your market is, you know whether or not you will need to pivot or not. And that goes back to the business culture and to the age-old question, what am I doing here? Seriously, so y'all better get ready. So when you're thinking about these things and you start actually working in this environment, or you're already working in this environment, hopefully you have a team around you, or at least one person that is from Ghana, whatever region, whatever background, but from here, and understands the cultural nuances and speaks at least one of the primary languages here. And I would say at least be able to speak Tree, right? And understands how to communicate and how to sell your product, how to help people understand what it is you're offering and why. At the end of the day, everything that we do as entrepreneurs is about solving a problem. If you don't know the problem that you're solving, then you don't have a business. What you have is a hobby that you're just having fun with because you're just playing games. I am not talking to you. I'm talking to the real folks that know exactly what their business problem is. And if you don't know what a business problem is, then maybe you need to join the Black Unicorn Business Blueprint. Go to the website, theblackunicorn.org, and find out more information. Your business should be solving a problem for your market. If the market that you are selling to lives in Ghana, they are Ghanaians, or they are expats, or they are millennials, Generation Z, kids, are your target market retirees, whatever. Whoever your target market is, you should be knowing exactly what the problem is you're solving for that particular target market and how the product that you have or the service that you're offering solves that problem. And if you're not actually solving the problem, then you need to be reevaluating what the are you doing? Because at the end of the day, everything you do in business, especially as an entrepreneur, comes down to solving a problem. So let's say you know what the problem is and you know full well who your market is and you have those two things down pat. Okay, well, that's 90% of the game right there. Now you have to get out and figure out, how are you selling this to your customer base? How are they hearing about your products? Are they spreading it through word of mouth? Are you using social media? Are you paying for marketing ads on TV, on social media, on radio, however people get their information, depending on who your market is? Now, many people like myself could be coming to Africa or coming to Ghana and working, and depending on your business, so like BlackUnicorn focuses on the diaspora, which are Black folks outside of Africa, right? Or Black folks outside of Ghana who are interested in living in Ghana and wanting to understand how to do business in Ghana, how to be an entrepreneur in Ghana, how to understand how to play the game. That's what I do. I figured, okay, I couldn't find this from anybody when I came here looking for it. So I'm going to create it. I'm going to package that. I'm going to wrap it, flip it, rub it upside down, put a pretty mother on it. And I'm going to say, hey, I got something for y'all. Because what I do and who I know can help you when you get here. And you don't have to go through the hurdles and hassles I went through because you didn't know the right people. Or because, and more importantly, you didn't know how the system worked. How to play the game in Ghana. When we talk about business culture here in Ghana, there are so many things that need to be understood. One, the fact that there is no separation between, let's say, church and state. The fact that religion plays a role in every single thing you do business-wise. And when I say that, I mean like starting a meeting off with a prayer, or, ending the meeting with a prayer. I am not used to that. I've never seen that, to be perfectly honest. It just seems, I've never seen that in any Western country I've ever worked in. When I worked in China, I never saw it there either. So it's very unusual, but it's something you have to get used to because that's part of the culture. Not having any knowledge of or recognition of time. Yeah. I don't care if they want to call it Ghana people time or they want to call it color people time. Time does not exist in Ghana. So you can schedule something with someone at 1:00 and they may not show up until 3:00. Or they might not show up at all and then call you and just be like, oh yeah, let's reschedule. Or get mad at you because they showed up late and you left. So in order to be successful in Ghana, the notion of time as you know it, if you're working with Ghanaians, or if you're working doing business in Ghana with Ghanaians, either way, whether they're your direct customers or partners, or you're just working with them in some way, form, or fashion to get your business done, the time thing is extremely important to understand and to find a way in which to work around it. To me, one of the best ways to work around this, within this system of lack of time, regardless of a person's position within an organization or who the organization is, whether it's public, private, government, whatever, is to understand that people will not show up when they say they will, and you block off enough time in your own schedule to accommodate them, period. You have a meeting with someone, don't double schedule or triple schedule. Don't try to get 3-4 meetings in a day, because unless those meetings are going to be virtual and you can take that call with a whole bunch of noise around you, depending on where you're meeting these people at, I would suggest taking 1 meeting a day with folks here on the ground. This is easier said than done. I tell you, it truly is. 2 years into it, y'all. And I am still learning how to not let this upset me. And I'm sharing this with you because this is a true reality. And that time thing can make you feel like, one, people are being unprofessional, two, they don't have their shit together, three, they're incompetent. But that's not the case. There is in a strange, unique way, there is a method to the madness that's happening here. People know exactly how to make things work in their own time, of course, right? So when you're sitting there, sometimes you're thinking, WTF, why am I here? What am I doing here? Or did I make a mistake? No, you didn't make a mistake. You just have to roll with the punches and figure out, how do you survive and thrive versus survive and fail. It's easy to fail at business, guys. It's easy to fail at business anywhere in the world. Like 1 in 5 businesses are going to fail off top, regardless, within the first 2 years, period. Right? But then it gets better. It gets better. It does. For most of us, when we're diving in entrepreneurship, especially for the first time, and or diving into entrepreneurship after working within the system for 10, 20, 30 years, and you're trying it again, you're basically brand new at it, right? And so with that comes this anxiety. Where am I going to get money from? Right? How much of my savings am I going to have to pull? Do I have to cash in my 401k? Do I have to sell my house? What do I have to do? Well, at the end of the day, quite frankly, everybody's going to have to make sacrifices, because you have got to put money into your business, period. You can't be doing a business with no money. You have to put something into the business to get it started, to get it going, right? So with that said, it's like the anxiety comes where you are thinking, I don't have my monthly salary or my biweekly salary, because those of you from the States are used to getting paid biweekly. But I don't have that guaranteed income coming in. How do I make this work? Well, the life of an entrepreneur means you are everything. You are the accountant. You are the boss. You are the lead salesperson. You are the cleaning lady. You are the tech guy. You're the maintenance person. You're head of marketing. You know, you're the COO, CEO, CFO, CEO, CTO, you all the C's. Hell, you chief everything. You are you and your partner. Now, look, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all. Y'all know how we say it, amongst our folk. And so here in Ghana, that time thing, y'all, that time thing can make or break a business. Also in Ghana, this whole concept of trust is interesting. And I say that because sometimes contracts are done in a way where it's like a gentleman's agreement. Like it's just a verbal agreement of, I'm going to do this, you're going to do that. Okay, great. Let's shake hands on it, eat some fufu, and we good. Nah, bruh. Hell nah. Get your shit in writing. I'm sorry. There are courts here. There is a rule of law here. This, even though sometimes it may seem lawless as all hell, there is a system here that will work for you if you follow the system and do it the right way. If you're going into a partnership, if you're going into working, doing some type of contractual work, or if you're going to set up a software system, or you're going to teach a course, or if you're going to do, construct a road, whatever it is, get it in writing. Get what it is that you're supposed to do and what they are supposed to give you in return for your services in writing with due dates. But get it in writing, even if it is seen as, oh, you don't trust me? You don't believe in your brother? You don't believe in your sister? I'm your papa. I'm your baba. I'm your mama. Oh, I'm your mommy. I'm your mommy. I'm your auntie. I'm your sister. I'm your uncle. I'm your brother. Hell, y'all, you know what? Let me tell you something. Even if you my birth mother, if we doing business, we about to do a contract. Okay, I'm done playing games with people. And you need to be done playing games too. Don't come here falling for the damn okey doke because somebody calling you brother. Child, please. Cultural norms allow for this type of verbal agreements to take place. Sometimes you're going to find in some scenarios, some situations, and this will happen even in Accra, you will get it more outside of Accra in the smaller cities, especially in rural areas. But depending on what you do, you may or may not, this may not apply to you, you might do everything you do in Accra. But the idea of receipts, getting a receipt for a payment made, it is like pulling teeth. You're a business. So as a business, you're going to have to request services from other, let's say, business owners or professionals in different professions to do something for you for your business to move forward, whatever it is that you're doing with your business. So for instance, if you need an accountant to do your taxes, right? You're securing the services of an accountant to do the taxes for you. But at the end of the day, you should have an itemized receipt of what you paid the accountant, or at least a receipt in general that's a written receipt, or or company letterhead or something that this service was given to me by this person on this date and I paid this amount of money for it, and both of you sign that receipt. Or if you have a receipt book, the old school receipt books you can get like Staples any office supply store, they have those in abundance here. You can do that as well. But you need to get a receipt. And I will say from experience here, when you are working with folks in other professions who you need to use to facilitate something for your own business to be able to move forward, some people take offense to the fact that you're asking them to give you a receipt. And I'm just like, look, I'm paying you money. This isn't personal. This is business. And sometimes if your partner is Ghanaian, you have to explain to them why this is important. Because culturally, this is almost like a sign of disrespect because you don't trust me, and you should trust me if we're going to do business together. And so this is something that is a cultural difference that many of you will not be aware of. And for me, I was shocked by it, but I stood my ground because I need a receipt for everything. I'm not playing this, I didn't do this for you, or we never had that conversation. No. Not if I'm giving you money. Oh, no. Especially when I need this in return, whatever the service is, in order to operate my own business. So when I'm talking to you about this whole, cultural norms, when to pivot, understanding how things work here in Ghana, these are some of the examples I'm talking about. And so when you're hearing me say in the title of a podcast, what the am I doing here? That is a genuine and literal question. If you don't cuss, it could be what the freak or the frack or I don't know, whatever you want to say. But I cuss. Therefore, that is a realistic question. Sometimes you will ask yourself, what are you doing and what are you doing it here for? Why, like what and why, basically. What are you doing here? Why are you doing it here? And at the end of the day, if you know what it is, the problem, this goes back to that problem, that business problem. If you really understand what the business problem is you are solving, and you have a passion for it, and you believe in it, then there's not going to be any reason for you to pivot, because at the end of the day, your passion will be able to be absorbed by people who need that problem to be solved. It's just a matter of you making sure that you're getting your content, you're getting your services, you're getting your product out to the masses so they know who you are and they understand that you have a realistic way in which to solve that particular problem. So it's okay to ask yourself what. It's okay to ask yourself why. And in some cases, it's okay to give up. But for me personally, I don't believe in just giving up. I believe in learning from whatever happened and pivoting. And when I say pivot, that just means make a change, whether a small change or a big change. Make a change to whatever it is that you're doing. Reevaluate why you're doing it. take a look again at what that problem is and understand if it's a real problem or a perceived problem that you have in your head because you didn't really test the market to see if this problem was real or not, right? These are the things that we go through in the Black Unicorn Business Blueprint Incubator Program that I run for folks that's fully remote. I'm talking to you guys about it in the podcast because it's really relevant to the business culture and knowing when to pivot. And when we talk about business culture here and we talk about these cultural differences, or not even differences, but cultural norms, the simplest things like the receipt can have such a big impact here and be so offensive to people. Things like praying before a meeting or after a meeting or a conference or whatever is extraordinarily bizarre to someone like me coming from the West, but I respect it, roll with it, close my eyes and hey, and open them back up when they say they done. Just roll with it, right? But these are things on both sides, not just like you have to get used to how things are done here culturally with Ghanaians, but Ghanaians have to get used to how you do business as someone coming from the West. Because at the end of the day, a lot of the businesses and things that are conveniences that folks from the West are accustomed to, have had access to, have been using for 20, 30, 15 years or so, haven't even gotten to Ghana yet, right? Are just now coming, like e-commerce. They're just now starting to buy online. They're just now starting to do like food delivery and stuff like that. Like, oh, this is brand new here. And I'm just like, I was in shock by it because it came to the realization and the fact that because I'm in tech, I had already knew that they were behind by 20 years in tech. But I didn't know it was as bad as it really is until I actually hit the ground and saw it for myself. So it's like, with that said, though, it opens it up to so many opportunities for those of us who are coming from the West who want to partner with people here that have the same passion and the same interest and know the culture and the norms and can teach it to you. I really hope you enjoyed episode 5 of the Clutch Your Pearls show with your host, Kalea Taylor. I will be coming to you next Friday with episode 6 of the Clutch Your Pearls show.